Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Geneva. This is Geneva in general. And guys, today I got a little bit of an off script topic to talk about. Okay, it's not related to women's basketball. Actually, my next video will be related to women's basketball. I got a special request concerning Caitlin Clark, and yes, I have thoughts on the whole ordeal, the situation with her and the Washington Mystics owner, Miss Sheila Johnson, rather. So stay tuned for that. Okay, that'll be my next video. Today, guys, I'm still not sure what to title this video. This will be a bit of a rant. I ain't gonna lie, it's gonna be another 9 to 5 job rant. Okay, the military edition. If you guys don't know, I'm still on active duty, Air Force military orders. Again, I get out next year. But speaking of getting out next year, yesterday, guys, I had an amazing meeting with my new flight chief of my squadron. He's a senior master sergeant. I was so nervous meeting this man to discuss my skill bridge application and going ahead with it. But again, like that, the conversation, we literally was in there talking for 2 hours straight. So shout out to him, my new flight chief. It went amazingly well. I believe my final boss after that meeting with my senior master sergeant, my flight chief, will be my major. Okay, he's the commander of my squadron. I got to get that set up. I'm just waiting for either my flight chief or my supervisor to tell me when that meeting will be. And hopefully, I'm more than sure that'll go well. Me and him, he just became our commander some months ago. We've always had, pleasant interactions. I would see him in the gym. I worked in services. I was working in the gym before I volunteered for my security forces augmentee gig. And, we've always had, just, brief but respectful, very pleasant interactions with my commander of my squadron. Hopefully, I believe it'll go well with him. But guys, back to the rant. Okay, again, I don't know what I'm gonna title this, but I have thoughts because again, ever since I joined Security Forces Augmentee, some of my coworkers have been getting on my nerves. They just trip me out. Now, obviously, this is like not just military type of nonsense that goes on. I'm more than sure. Again, I worked in the civilian sector. Once upon a time, I was a civilian. Okay, I joined the Air Force kind of late at 23. I worked tons of jobs before joining the Air Force. Of course, we have annoying coworkers everywhere, disrespectful coworkers who just run their mouth too much about things that don't matter or things you just don't care about, or it's just TMI. But these past few weeks of working in security forces, my male coworkers have gotten me annoyed. Now, not really so much as the female coworkers. I ain't gonna lie. No, actually, no. It's one female coworker. She's an augmentee like me. Again, I can't say no names, but they just been working my last nerve. This just happened to me. Okay, today is Saturday. So yeah, this was Thursday. I was working in for security forces. We have this thing called CVI. So it was me and three other airmen. We just have to check like the major vehicles that come to the base. So we got to make sure that there's no bombs in them. They're not hiding contraband, government material, government property, classified materials. I just check their trucks underneath, making sure, like on a mirror, making sure there's no explosive devices. Okay, that's gonna kill us all before I actually allow them entry into the installation. It's a pretty chill job. Okay, we only had like about, I don't know, it was a Thursday, like 55 uh vehicles to inspect. Not too bad, right? But it got annoying when they needed like somebody to sponsor them on base. You got to sit there with their trucks in the bay, waiting for the sponsor to show up, this imaginary sponsor. Or we got like a line full of trucks outside, and we just got to explain to them, just be patient, just wait. They got to be escorted onto base. Now, when this is my first time on Thursday working CVI. Any other time I'm usually working the gate, and it's an airman there again. I ain't gonna say no names. He's a new airman, first term airman. He just came to the base back in June. He graduated from Security Forces tech school. Okay, he's a defender. Okay, I'm just an augmentee. So of course, he knows more about this than me. So he's telling me how to check the wheel, how to like swipe it with this device we call the FIDO, and like it'll like run their fingerprints and all this stuff to make sure there's like no gunpowder or anything like that could like allow them to not be able to enter into the installation. Cool. And I had another coworker again. These are all Caucasians. It's me and then like the main girl that I work with. She's biracial. She's half black, half white. I'm the black, as you can see. And then one female airman. The other female airman, she's a white Caucasian young lady. And like him, he's a white male, Caucasian male, right? So he kind of was rubbing me the wrong way. And again, like at first he was cool, but it's like I'm starting to realize like a lot of men. I'm not starting to realize, I've been known this. Okay, again, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, offensive, but we got to keep it real. Okay, we keep it authentic on my channel, but also respectful. Okay, I've come to learn, like it's true, like a lot of men just lack emotional intelligence and common sense. Okay, specifically when interacting with women. Now this female, I'm just calling him the male airman. The male airman because he was the only male on our shift, right? He can't arm up, so he can't really work a gate right now. They just got him stuck at CVI. And I came to find out later through the white female airman, she was like, yeah, he's on ADHD, like medications like Adderall, so he can't arm up. And I'm like, I can see why he needs medication because like his mind is like, he just like blabs a mile a minute about any and every topic. He is originally from Wyoming. Okay, he's telling me that like, he's from a really small town in Wyoming. It's like less than 5,000 people, and like all of a sudden, like, he just randomly was like, what are the name of those braids that like sometimes you guys wear? Okay, and like he saw me when I used to have braids, guys. If you don't know, I can't wait to my braid appointment. I'm gonna try to book one with this girl come early January for New Year's, right? To see if I can go out. But anyways, back to the topic, right? So he was like, "What's the name of those braids?" I'm like, "There's so many types of braids," and then he was like, "I'm like, what braids? Like, what are you talking about?" And then he just like randomly was like, he was like, "What's that word that you guys use like when other races like use braids?" He's like, do you become offended if you see like a non-black person wearing braids?" I'm like, "No, I don't care." And he was like, "What's that word?" I'm like, "Cultural appropriation." He was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Because the truth is," he was like, "the Vikings wore braids." Like he's like the Vikings. He literally told me, this is the white man. He's telling me that the Vikings wore braids when they would go on their expeditions. And he was went on this rant about how like they used to have like cornrows or something. I'm just like, why is this man talking to me like I give a damn about who wears braids and who don't? I don't care. Just because I'm black, you just presume that like, oh, I'm gonna be offended that white people wear braids. I do not care. And then he's talking about like how he was like a history buff. Okay, this man's talking about how like the Vikings they used to wear braids and they would go on these expeditions. They weren't like savages like how they're displayed and portrayed to be in modern day history retelling of the stories, and how like they didn't R word women. They would just, if they liked you, they would just keep you as a slave, but like you were well taken care of. Again, this is the white man telling me, a black woman, this. I'm just like, I'm looking at him like he's half crazy. Like you can tell my facial expressions. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? And I started to challenge him on some things. And even the white female, the Caucasian airman, okay, the white girl airman, she was looking at him crazy. She's like, dude, what are you talking about? Like he literally just came out, just started blabbing to me and her while we inspecting these trucks. Like he would literally follow us around with random facts. I'm like, dude, this Adderall medication that you on is clearly not working for you. You need to get it together. Like you a grown man acting like this. And let me tell y'all this also. If you are a black person in the military, you're going to come across 9 times out of 10, again, because this has been my experience. I'm not saying this everybody's experience, but maybe 7, perhaps 8, perhaps 9 times out of 10, you're going to come across non-black people, specifically Caucasian people, who are not like they didn't grow up around black people, and they're going to have questions for you, and it's so annoying. At first, I was like, obviously, I was offended because like I don't do that to people who are like whose cultures or ethnic group is different from mine, like their background. But like again, like him, he comes from a small town in Wyoming that's less than 5,000 people, and he is like, it's like, dude, why? It's like they all try to quiz you on your culture, specifically when it comes to our freaking hair. And it's like disrespectful, it's offensive, it's degrading, and it's really none of y'all business. Like again, you don't see me going up to like, if I were to take a vacation, hopefully for my birthday, I'm trying to go to either San Diego or Hawaii. If I see some Polynesian people, if I come across, I believe Samoan people, I believe this. Sorry if that's not how the word for that group of people. If I were to come across like a Hawaiian person, I'm like, hey, like you guys aren't the only ones who grow pineapple in Nigeria. That's where pineapples originate. It's like, why are you trying to like prove a point? First of all, that nobody asked you, and another thing, who gives a damn, right? Like, imagine you approach somebody whose culture is different from yours. Their skin color, their hair color, hair texture, eye color is different from yours. You quizzing them about their culture, you asking them all these intrusive questions about how come, if I wanted to go up to a Hawaiian or a Korean person, how come you guys eat rice with this? How come for breakfast, instead of eating pancakes and waffles with syrup, diabetes type of sugary cereal, you guys actually eat like, this, that, and the third. It's like, that's none of your business, and that's not how you approach somebody whose culture is different from yours. You don't get to just go up to people and quiz them on their culture or try to assert yourself about cultural appropriation. It's like, dude, you way out of line. This is not the first like Caucasian man to do this. Like, it's just crazy. They have no emotional intelligence. Again, I'm not trying to be, again, I'm not a doctor. I'm nobody's doctor. But from my experience, I believe a lot of them are on the spectrum. Okay, again, like we throw that word narcissism around. We throw away autism, Asperger's syndrome, or disorder around. But it's like the way that like they just don't know how to talk to people, specifically women, it blows my mind. And again, like I'm all about respect. Like as women, when you're in the workplace, I know this is a long rant, guys. I'm trying not to make this video too long, but I got a point to make. Women, like when we're in the workplace, unless you're like deaf, blind, and dumb, you know, like when a man is like interested in you and he's like hitting on you, regardless if he has a wife, regardless if he has a girlfriend, a baby mom, you know, some women he's dealing with. And it's like the way they get your attention, specifically me, like the way some men try to get my attention at work. It's like, what are you doing, sir? Like it's another white Caucasian man. He's from Houston, Texas, that I'll be working with. Me and him, we work some shifts together. You know, he's telling me like, you know, he's from Houston, Texas. He listens to aggressive rap music around me. You know, he's trying to use slang. Every other word this man says out of his mouth is curse words. And then he's talking about he was on FaceTime with this girl that he's interested in. She got 4 kids. Okay, she a baby mama of 4 kids, a single mother of 4 kids. She drove from Houston, Texas, all the way to where we at in New Mexico for his birthday. His birthday was the day after Thanksgiving, and it's like you okay to approach me. You ain't got to be doing all of this. Like I don't. First of all, this is my thing. I'm all about respect. I don't like disrespectful men. I cannot stand loudmouth, angry, aggressive men. I like my men to be gentlemanly, and you have to be classy. It's not classy for you to be cursing every other word. You know, you blasting like disrespectful, offensive hip hop music around people, specifically me. And it's like, and again, I like rap music, but it's like I'm not blasting my music around my coworkers acting a fool. Now again, like it's another again, and then this happened 2 weeks ago. Another Caucasian male on my shift that I had. You know, we did a shift together. Again, it was a group of us. Okay, he's talking about how he tasted his wife's breast milk, and it's just like it's just too much information. That's another thing. They run their mouths too much about things again that A, I don't care about and don't matter, and then three, it's like B or C, 3, 2 or 3, whatever you want to call it. We don't. It's like it's none of our business to be knowing about how sweet your wife's breast milk tastes, sir. Like, are you crazy? What is wrong with people? Now, again, on the other girl, I'm gonna name her name, the white female airman, who's an augmentee like me. She's real cool, very intelligent. She's already like a leader. Like she's like, you know, she's doing this her thing. Like she almost got 100% on her DPE test. I got an 84%, but you know, we all passed, thank God. But she be doing too much. She always on FaceTime with her fiance. They either lovey dovey, kissing, ooh, goo goo gaga, or they like are low key arguing. I'm like, guys, you cannot be on FaceTime with your significant other, your partner, your boo, whoever. And y'all can't be like we security forces, okay? We're supposed to be watching this gate. Again, like I be on my phone, listening to music here and there, trying to read a book, trying to study. That's what I'm doing right now, studying. But for y'all to be like on FaceTime with your significant other, acting a fool and like just like doing like inappropriate things, you know, talking about what y'all gonna like do, not like in a sexually way. It wasn't explicit. She's talking about cuddling with him later on that night. It's like, girl, enough. Like y'all at work. I don't know what it is, but guys, this is just another 9 to 5 rant. I cannot work with people. I need to be around people who have emotional intelligence, specifically men. Like, I'm sorry, it's been so many times I'm talking to a dude. Like, ladies, y'all know what I'm talking about. Comment down below. I want y'all, because like men just don't, they are clueless. Not all, but what I found is the men with emotional intelligence, they go on, they snapped up. Like my senior master sergeant, he's an older black man, he's 44. He low-key was trying to put me on to one of his homeboys. I'm gonna have to see about him. But anyway, he has emotional intelligence. He knows how to talk to women. He knows how to treat women. He knows how to talk to people, right? Without being offensive, making them feel awkward, making them feel weird or disrespected. It's been so many times like I'll be talking to a man interested in like he fine, head to like muscles, like how I like him athletic. Like, it was one time when I was in Kuwait, it was this Filipino dude. He was attractive, and even though he had a fiance, I was like, it wasn't gonna go nowhere. Even though I know he liked me, but I was like, dude, like you are engaged and you have a daughter with this woman. Like, no, he was fine until he opened his mouth. I know women can feel me on this. Y'all comment down below like y'all most outrageous things that men have said to you when you know they were interested in you. Again, these are men who are trying to get with you romantically, sexually. They're trying to see what's up with you. The moment they open their mouths, they become so unattractive. Like men say the most ignorant things, the most offensive things, and the most disrespectful things, specifically to their female co-workers. Okay, i.e., I just gave y'all plenty of examples. That's just like a drop in the ocean. I can go on forever. Again, when I was at Eglin, it was a white male sergeant. He was a staff sergeant. I ain't gonna say his name, but he's originally from Albuquerque, New Mexico, like right where I'm kind of stationed at right now. He didn't grow up around a lot of black people. He would ask us questions, and it's like, sir, that's offensive. Have some respect, have some emotional intelligence, have some discernment. Like, I don't quiz white people about their culture, because honestly, I'm black, it's none of my business. I don't care. But ladies, y'all, especially specifically ladies, comment down below the most outrageous things a man who was interested said to you. What was the most ignorant thing a man said to you?